All right. Hello. Welcome once again to the Hex Happy Hour Show. We have Vince, Crypto Vince. What's going on, man? Big Kirk, as usual. And special guest this week, Yashdeep.
Let's go. What's going on, everybody?
369.
Yeah.
Where's your 369, Vince?
Oh. I'm not getting any inflation today.
Okay. We'll wait for a few more to come in here. Looks like all right, cool. Just checking out GRRRREAT. I need to refresh this thing. So sitting about 0.8 of a penny right now, something like that. So anyway, Kirk, man, you had a little topic you wanted to get into about some mining stuff.
Yeah, so I was just trolling through some mining groups, and I found somebody that brought up a wallet that just recently, if y'all want to talk about true diamond hands, this guy had 2 blocks mined back in I believe it was 2010, maybe it was 2011. It was right at the beginning of 2011, and it was a 100 Bitcoin wallet that just moved their coins for the first time ever. And they moved them, I believe, to an exchange too. So kudos to them for attaining the entire 5 million X that Bitcoin has been able to do, and more probably for them. So that's awesome for somebody. I mean, impressive. I wonder, you always wonder if they just found the keys or if they've had the keys forever, and like this is now they decided to finally, and now here it is. But yeah, so that's a little Bitcoin trivia.
If they've had the keys, why now?
Yeah, I mean, this was the price point in 2010, 11. He was like, you know what? I'll wait till 50 grand.
Yeah, I think it was a recent recovery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I mean, heck, can you imagine going through an old computer or an old file and being like, what? That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's up, everybody? David Morales, what's going on? Hex Kai, what's going on? Stylus, what's up? Crypto 303, what's up? What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, y'all?
All right, we have our special guest. Maybe not be frozen anymore. All right, hold on. We have a special surprise guest joining us for happy hour as well. Hello. Are you live?
Folks. So, Johnny.
What's going on, Johnny? Nice.
Awesome, man. Good to see you.
So, let's see. Can you say a complete sentence for us, Johnny? Not for your own intelligence, just so we can hear you.
I'm here.
Okay. No, you're sounding good. I just want to make sure.
Apparently, but I'm still getting a problem. I'm still getting a problem hearing you guys for some reason. So I'm having a little technical difficulty. But you've been on me about not showing up, so here I am. I'm present.
I know, man. Well, hey, Yashdeep, was all about it. So thanks for coming in. And I know Johnny's schedule as Hex Fabio. It's picked up since the name change. So lucky to have you, and thank you for making time for us. I appreciate it. So yeah, just first order of business I wanted to bring up, and we didn't get to talk about last week because last week ended up really busy. So we have a new hex.com. Pretty darn cool. Got the front end here. What's up, Kirk?
It was funny when Richard was trying to bring up hex.com for that interview he was on recently, and it was the new site. So he was like, "Oh, we got it right on the front page. It's right here." Oh yeah, we have a new front page. It's somewhere in here. Let me go back to my Telegram here. It's but yeah, there's less words, but gosh, it does look pretty.
It's just way cleaner. It's just aesthetically for, crypto is complicated as it is. And, there's a bunch of places for white papers and tech specs and all that stuff, which it's there, but just the opening presentation's great. I love like the little floating hexes, just like little beautiful snowflakes that are going up instead of down.
I wish there was a link somewhere to like the old website where if you could go to the main website and you just had the option to go back to the other one, because it just had a lot more content. And
it's true.
I mean, this obviously looks great, but I mean, you can use the Wayback. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Wayback machine. You're on it.
Yep. You can use a Wayback machine.
Hey, what's up, Bran? Question for Big Kirk for the mystery beverage.
My beverage today is not red wine. Gave up wine for Lent. I've been drinking quite a bit of it, so decided to chill out on it. But we still did not give up alcohol in its entirety. So today we are drinking up some Bailey's, almond milk Bailey's, which is a brand new find because I don't really drink milk, so this is a lovely alternative. And then to water it down a little bit, just a little coconut water, just almond milk and coconut water. That's it. It's also good with a little of the Don Barrio rum that's down here too in there. But I figured we're still early in the day, so maybe I'll make it a little spicier for the effing hangout tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, there we go. See, I am being healthy as well, so I too have coconut water.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and ginger beer and rum. But anyway,
yeah.
I'm drinking gin and tonic over here.
Oh man, hardcore.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm drinking a very boring Perrier.
I just had a guava and lemon Perrier or lime the other day, and it was fantastic. I was very fancy, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Lovely. All right, we're getting some folks in here now. We have the Hex Happy Hour pump going. We've gone from 7,900s to close to 82. So I'd like to see that here. Positive energy from our hangout here. Not effing hangout, but we're hanging. So let's get this out of here. It is a lovely site, by the way. Waiting on Mr. Chaos to get things together. Denny Block, what is up? Vince, your drink? Again, Perrier?
Oh, Perrier, yeah, strawberry flavor.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, as Big Kirk said in the green room, somebody's got to drive us home. So
that's right.
Designated driver.
Thank you, Vince. All right, well, let's get into, and while I pull this up, I'll just bring it up because I believe, Kirk always has a lot to say, but let's talk great accounting. Not just good, but great accounting. So we had our eyes on that first stake that ended last night, and if you've been watching the show or other shows regarding HEX, you knew that it was associated with the OA. And was it ever? And the OA, once again, has acted in the best interest of the project, just doing beautiful things. I'll lead into that. Go, Kirk.
Well, I mean, it's exciting to see this happen. And remember, I mean, recently RG's been a little bit of a FUD machine, just warning people about
hashtag FUDG3. FUDG3.
I mean, and fair enough. I can understand his concern, and man, I don't know if it was, what it was, but sure enough, we went down a little bit. But the thing is that his point was that that he was trying to bring up and all that is that there's 5 billion some odd coins that are set to unstake, before that March, including the March 15th one. There's 5.5 billion from then till now, but now there's a lot less. There's almost $1.5 billion of it is already out of that mix. So that's to good accounting from the origin address. So how much of that 5 billion coins are origin address? I mean, at least 20% of it, if not, that we know for sure. But now there could be more. So there's a good chance that a lot of the heavy weight that we're worried about isn't actually anything to be afraid of. And that they're just little bubbles of market cap bombs whenever they want it to be set off. If you could account it and it's just sitting there that's perfect when it's needed and the time is right, then remember the last time we really when the CV hit and the market took a shit everywhere else besides HEX. Just before that, the origin address had a bunch of stakes early on in the system and had good accounted them, and then when the price had accumulated quite a bit, it minted those coins, raising the market cap quite a bit, almost overnight. It felt like boop, 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 boop. You're just over the course of a few days, you're whoa, wow, we just went up a lot. So no, the history tends to rhyme. Maybe not be exactly the same, but
yeah, and that's like an interesting point just in terms of the overall market cap. So one of my year-end predictions, it was as we closed out the year, I think I had Hexo on, I think Johnny Chaos, Timothy Benjamin, Big Pep, and I just went around and asked the room predictions, like a shocking prediction or something like that for 2021. And mine had something to do with supply shock. And I was thinking, something to do with the OA staking again, like it did around Big Payday, just perhaps to, show how many coins perhaps are locked up, and more importantly, how little supply is actually left out there. It'd be really, really interesting to see, because these good accounted coins, I think there's like 1.5 billion in the past couple of weeks that have been good accounted. I just love to see like a breakdown of good accounted coins, and I'm sure Silver has it somewhere, maybe OA stack, and then that rest. What was it, 2% before or at Big Payday that was not staked at that time?
Oh, on Big Payday, it was like, what was it?
2 to 3%. Yeah, 20. It was 98% stake.
Yeah,
98.
Yeah.
It was like 97.9 or 98, right at the mark, right there. Yeah. So
yeah. So I guess that also begs a question with De Beers in the background being the ghost hand. What do you think that percentage is? I guess available market cap to the Hexican or crypto community that would like to purchase, because I would think over these past few months with the volatility, with 1-inch limit orders, that number has come down. And as Johnny Chaos points out in the chat here, and as you did say earlier too, Kirk, these are like little mini bombs kind of, and it's like, oh, more market cap, oh, more market cap. Like when's the big bomb? Everybody's waiting for that. I don't know if we'll see one. No expectations, but
yeah. I mean, they're all. Yeah, that's true. I mean, and each little bit, helps. Think of 1.5 billion coins of a total 6 billion in the system, or 600 billion in the system. It's not a full percent, but it's like 1/4%, which is still, that's still a respectable amount of weight in the system. Anybody that owns 1/4% of anything is just sitting pretty. So yeah, I think that that's a small, and the amount available on the open market is going to get, like you said, if there was 2.1% unstaked or something like that on Big Payday, and these addresses are soaking up more over time through limit orders, penalties, etc. That number could be less than 2% for sure by now. If not even worse than that. So better than that. Depends on the way you look at it. I think it's great. The less supply available, the better.
Yeah, and I think that's an underrated factor is the actual supply. And just going back to past or post Big Payday, mentions from even Richard about supply, and kind of not, he's just putting it out there. I'll just say that. And he's not just putting it out there for no reason. It's a very important point when it comes to the price of HEX or any asset, really, is how much supply is out there. And if we wake up one day and, billions have, been evaporated from that. Well, I guess let's do some math here. So Big Payday, post Big Payday, there was around 2 to 3% stake. So if you have 650 billion coins ish, something like that. So 1% is like 6 billion. So 2%, 13 billion. So, you're thinking that's all the supply that's out there, and how much has been soaked up by investors and Hexicans in that time, not just to mention, Mr. De Beers.
Yeah, how much of that HEX was, because a good portion of that was being provided for liquidity. At the time it was more than now. We had $10 million something worth of liquidity. I think 1 billion coins around at like peak, on just decentralized exchanges. So And those coins that are being offered by liquidity, a majority of them were tied to whale, the benevolent whale addresses, which can be seen as coins off the market, or like, I mean, I guess they're on the market, but like those are coins that were specifically placed on the market. So like, there's really not, again, it's even smaller number. I mean, I'd say like, 10 billion coins, maybe, and shrinking.
Yeah, that's what Motley was saying in chat. He's 5 to 10%, maybe. So,
yeah,
that's exciting. Got any takes on that, Yashdeep?
I think if you look at the address that's going to mature on March 15th,
It sounds a little muffled, by the way.
Oh,
like something might not be plugged in all the way or something like that.
Let me check. Is that better? No.
Yeah, you're still a little.
Let's see.
We can understand you.
Yeah,
but,
there's
just a little robot.
a little distortion when you talk. I don't know what it's coming from.
Oh, that sounds better.
That sounds better.
Much better.
You're good.
Try and talk now.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're great now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Way better.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So if you look at the address that's maturing March 15th, and you look at some of the other tokens that the address is holding, you'll see that that the numbers are rounded to numbers like 420. And so it just kind of makes me think that maybe if there's going to be a move, if this person is the type that likes those kind of jokes, that they might be targeting April 20th. And if you look at the chart, it seems like there's an ascending triangle, and that triangle seems to look like it's the peak is at 420. So
all right, hold on. Keep talking. I'm gonna pull up a chart. Keep going. I've never heard this before. This is fascinating.
I like this. Yeah. I like this talk a lot.
As Big K gets ready. Yeah, so if you were to make an ascending triangle out of that, the bottom line, it kind of seems like it's going to expire, or it's going to meet the horizontal line about in April 20th. And then you can also pull up the address here. I'll try to find that for you.
I like jokes like that. That sounds good. I mean, I like it when anyone does any kind of math number joke and anything anyways, so
so I didn't pick that. Yeah, they're right there.
Kind of like this or like this?
Like closer to there. The bot, like that bottom of that. Yeah.
So like a closing-ish price. Okay.
Yep. And then if you extend that out and you throw a horizontal ray or a horizontal line out there. I had it, up there.
Yeah, I didn't go out far enough.
Yep, right there.
Huh. Well, that's fun.
Isn't it? It's right around that time.
I haven't drawn it totally right yet, but yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we? 420 right here. No, I totally see what you're saying.
Yeah. And if this person seems like they're into the memes, that it'll be really interesting to see if it actually played out. And I can just imagine Elon Musk tweeting something around that time, because that's his kind of thing too. And just pumping the price of whatever he's into at the time. So we're kind of in a meme culture right now for crypto. Well, we've always been in a meme culture for crypto. But I think the traditional finance is starting to catch up with GameStop and Wall Street bets and all that. So
yeah,
that is a cool theory. I mean, that's great.
That's awesome.
Here, I'll try to find the address, but the address, if you look at the other tokens that they hold, that they all round up to 420.
What? All right, breaking news here. This is fascinating.
That's awesome.
Only on Hex Happy Hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Well, if that is to be the case, then we have to hold this level. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
We're hanging on by a thread. But perhaps a
Yeah, I
buyer
mean-
of 4.2
if
million will come in and launch it that way. Sorry, go ahead,
Well-
Kirk.
Well, it wouldn't take too much to bring us back up to that horizontal again for the next impulse here.
No, if we have a pulse like we did last night, we'd be fine too.
Yeah.
That's what she said. But
14 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you got it. No.
I mean, 14 pulses is probably good as one big one, right?
that's gotta be a
One
I mean,
mega
it would do
pulse.
the same magic, just 14 to keep
But
it
Rich-
up here, or
And I'll take
one.
what I can get right now.
I'm harking back to Richard's tweet that he made where it's the next time Hex starts printing green candles, it'll be unlike anything you've ever seen before. I was like, I like that tweet. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait, who was that? Which one?
Richard, it was probably like about 2-3 weeks ago. He made a tweet that said, "The next time Hex starts printing green candles, it'll be like unlike anything you've ever seen before."
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, it was great.
That's rather exciting. So, man, see, I'm not gonna change these lines until it breaks now. So,
All right.
thank you, Yashdeep.
There you go.
I think this is why you're here.
You know, I had to give you the suspense, like, hey, I'm gonna come this week. No, I'm not gonna come this week. And I just broke you some exciting news. Still gonna look for that address though.
Yeah, let me know. And of course, we
Yeah.
can always share the screen here, but yeah, I'll keep that up. So, yeah, what else you got on your mind, Big Kirk? I'm going to cruise around the to-do list here. But you said you had a topic or two on your mind aside from.
Oh, I had that one, the Bitcoin wallet that I talked about early on that I brought up. That was my little piece. Did I talk about that already? Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, diamond hands at the very beginning.
Oh, yeah. We talked about
All right. Well, we
there's-
also had plenty of news. Well, actually, let me go to this one.
Oh, actually, one thing I wanted to say about that good accounting just now that you brought up was that elsewhere in that thread, Richard mentioned that that person good accounting and then kind of just end stake like immediately after. So it was kind of like just a wasted GA. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion on both Twitter and maybe chat of like, oh, did it end stake? Did it not end stake? Did it? When was the good accounting? It's in good accounting now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's hopefully.
Oh, because Richard's tweet replying to somebody else said it was a GA followed by an end stake. So
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. But anyway.
All right. Well, let's talk about something I've been very annoying about. Somebody's got a hot rod outside.
Ah, that's me. That was mine.
Nice.
So my buddy Raw Pal, who I've been trolling respectively over the past few weeks, just came out and said he has his interview with Charles Carl Salesman coming up next week, I believe. And actually, it's timely because Cardano is number 3 in market cap right now, something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Just got there. Yep.
Yeah. So, as always, I feel it's my Hexican duty to, anytime he does announce an interview with some crypto influencer, always try to throw Richard's name out there. I actually got a response this time because I'm like, all right, come on. Real Vision keeps doing these interviews. They've had on also Peter McCormick, come on, and others, but they haven't had Richard on yet. And I get ignored every time I bring it up. I did not get ignored this afternoon. This was kind of like an hour and a half before showtime. And he actually responded to me. He says, we don't avoid anyone. Our schedule is booked out for an entire month. Lots and lots coming. Wasn't an outright yes, but it was an acknowledgement of a Hexican. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
That's cool. Hey, I mean, we'll be here for 15 years. So, what's your schedule looking like in the future, man? I'm pretty sure.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, if that chart with the random line that Richard posted this morning, if it wants to catch up to that sooner than later, some bigger interviews with bigger influencers would be great, or bigger websites. That Harry Dent one was great.
Yeah, that was great.
That was awesome.
It was great. It was like an hour and 10 minutes. I mean, I can listen to Richard talk all the time, but yeah, just as a back and forth conversation with so much market content in it, not just crypto or anything like specific about HEX, but the actual, market timing over the next, say, 2 years. And there was a very interesting point that was discussed, and it was the bet that Richard made. I think it was like $1,000. Where would the market be by the end of 2022? And as much as I love Richard, I would actually take the other side of that bet, but I'd happily be wrong if that were the case. So I'm just curious as to Vince, what side of that bet would you take? Would you say that the S&P or general markets are at the same levels, higher or lower by the end of next year? And would you bet $1,000 on it?
I mean, I just kind of take Richard's side naturally. I think the burr can still continue on a bit without consequence, at least for a little while. So I think he's right about that. So I would take the side that he took.
Bet you, Big Kirk.
I have heard a lot of
theory
of doom. Yeah, a lot of market theory, but more doom and gloom now than ever. I mean, like it's been crescendoing for a minute, but I feel like a lot of these guys, Harry included, can't properly, guess or assess market dynamics. Self-admitted. He even was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on now. He's like, I was on my game in the 80s and 70s, dog. That was when I was hot. He's like, I was coming out with indicators. I was blowing minds. Nobody even knew what was going on. But he's like, but now I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I mean, that's rightfully so. I mean, when you're young and motivated to come up with new cool ideas, it's super easy. But once you feel like you understand markets, or whatever your thing is, it's really difficult to innovate. Necessarily later on. I mean, maybe not, but I mean, his hunger is an important piece of it all. And I think that dude was self-admitted. Like a lot of these guys say that they are thinking that the end is coming, because that makes the most sense to them. But not very many of them have. I mean, they may have done some studying of some of these hyperinflated markets, but living in one is another situation where Venezuela or Zimbabwe or one of these hyperinflated markets. I mean, people are like, oh, it's over, it's screwed. They're totally screwed. Look what they've done to themselves, But what people don't realize is look what they've done to themselves. Look what they're still doing to themselves. Like it hasn't it's not like this fixes itself right away. Like, I mean, Zimbabwe had to fix itself just by using the dollar for a while and just forgetting about their own currency. And that still isn't that's not a real solution to the problem, So and in Venezuela, it's not like things are. Where is it at right now? Higher than it was before, still in a bad way, So I think that I'm very excited to see the playing out of this bet, but I'll still take Richard's side of this one, just because I think that the economy can suck and the actual terms and for everyone's existence, which it has this past year. A lot of people it sucks for them, but on paper they're doing great, or their financial, their house is worth more, the investments are worth more, but they're working less and they're making less, that's not, so the dynamic is okay, you're going to get graded by the stock market. Oh, well, yeah, Richard will probably be right. But that number on paper isn't the health of the economy. I mean, health, those health numbers have always been shit. GDP is a terrible measure of just how a country is doing. I mean, it's just, just in general, I just think that I think Richard will be right. But like you could still be like, it's still terrible, and you're like, nah, not really. It's
My hang up has always been with the doomsdayers is they can claim victory on a dip in a bull market, and they'll pounce on that and then be like, oh my gosh, see, I was right and I was wrong for 10 years, but look
he tried to do that about 2008. He tried to do that about 2008, in that interview. And like, if you look at the chart, like, I mean, if you're looking at the 25, 30-year trend going back, like, I mean, it's fucking up, man. It's up and to the right. And like, it had, like that dip was it was a couple year dip, and they printed the shit their way out of it,
Yeah, and it's like, so if you have the chart here and it's like on its way up, on its way up, on its way up, and then it takes a dip, all those Chicken Little people will claim victory here. But as someone famous in the Hexican community says, you got to zoom out. And then it just keeps doing this. And these dips don't really mean anything if it just keeps going up and to the right. So it's
I mean, it's like saying that, like, oh, Bitcoin's garbage because it crashed 85%. You're like, again, if you had a 3-year time horizon, you're still price positive. So like, okay, it's traditional markets have a 5-year time horizon, still winning every time, So like, okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take the side of Richard on this. I don't really want to bet against him on anything he says. So, I mean, so far he's been making me a lot of money, and yeah.
Again, no complaints, but if we all agreed, then there wouldn't be a market. So I'll take the other side.
That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of tough for me because like I do see what they're saying, and like somebody who's like a hard money person who like that's how I got like my entryway into finance was like through my belief, my like libertarian beliefs, and reading about Ludwig von Mises and that kind of shit. It was like where I came from, so like I don't espouse as much of that as I used to, but I do like believe that there are some means that like we have to return to at some point in time to make things more credible in the long term. I mean, even in there are dips even in bull markets, and I mean dips are still painful. I mean, it just we don't live in the 1800s where it was like crazy back and forth all the time, making people rich and poor every 3 years. But I mean, somebody's going to win and lose on that, even on those dips too, so be ready for them. I no financial advice, but like, prepare yourself for, that when you think about that bet, it's funny because like you're safer on the other side of it. You're like Harry's side is way safer because like, if all the markets crash, like I could use that $1,000, please. Whereas like if the markets go through this moon, then like, sure, I'll pay you 1,000. Who the fuck do I care? We're all rich, like 10 times over. So like, it's a safer bet to take on the other side for that reason. I could use, if I'm poor, I'll take the $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that, no problem. But let me see.
But if you want to be right, then like I think that they'll keep printing, and I think the number will be higher.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think we all have long time horizons, and so for us, the trend is still intact. Yeah, in the short term, I mean. Richard did say kind of, I think Kevin here is saying 60K Bitcoin top called by our age. I heard him when he said that. And, we could see a dip coming in here because transaction fees are through the roof. But I don't think it's going to be the institutional investors that are necessarily selling. I mean, they obviously will sell to, make a profit, but I think they're more so long-term holders now. So it's different from the way it was the last cycle, where it was just a bunch of degens like us. We've become a little less of the degens. So I think the market's changing, but the broader market, when you look at the things that what was the name Harvey was saying, they're very true. What's that?
Is it Harry?
Harry Dent? Yeah.
Harvey Dent's from Batman, Two-Face, right?
That's right.
That's what it was.
I do the same thing. That's how I know.
If he flip flops, it might fit him. But yeah, he was saying some good things, and I've also been watching Funding Jim. He's been doing some like video reviews of some of the guys he's into, and some of the guys he knows. I think one of them was lives in Puerto Rico, pretty close to you, Big K, and
yep.
Yeah, they're all kind of saying very similar things. That there's things that people aren't paying attention to, things like the wealth tax that California is trying to come up with, because people aren't going to have incomes anymore. The government's going to more so provide helicopter money, and just the different ways that affects the economy that are unknown. So yeah, we could definitely see a pullback just because the broader market is wild right now.
Some interesting comments in chat. So the 60K Bitcoin top called by RH. Wales is like, RH will be right, Dent will be wrong. Dent doesn't understand how currency impacts returns. Interesting point there.
Yeah, I think that was something that Richard kept trying to get across, was that like the pairing is important. I mean, we know this because we've dabbled in the shit coins as much as we have. That like, what you're gauging this against is very important. So again, the dollar could be very shitcoiny, very quickly, and then everything else could suck, and it still looks like numbers are higher.
Yeah.
All right, gents. Well, we're about halfway through. For those who have been watching over the past few episodes, we do this thing called Easy Trivia. Is everyone ready for a little Easy Trivia? Because I believe Big Kirk has a title to defend from last week.
I do. I'm afraid. I'm trying to think of another topic because I'm afraid of defending my title. I think I'll be out real quick.
Well, I mean, last week Vince finally got his first round one question right, so I don't know if you're fearing him necessarily yet. And I don't know, man. Yashdeep might be a hustler, so he hasn't said much about the trivia part. So.
Well, I was watching the stream earlier today of last week, and
oh god,
there was some ones where I would have just made some really ridiculous joke, and I just would have been kicked out for that reason alone. I think one of them was the black hole question. I would have just said your mom.
It was what has a gravitational pull so strong that light cannot even escape it. Yeah, I would have. If I were playing, I would have said my ex-fiance's soul. So
yeah.
Anyway, kidding. We're on good terms. But, All right. Well, if we have all of our jokes out and you'd like to actually try to dethrone Kirk here, let's get a little easy trivia going.
Let's do it.
So we'll go around the room. Start with Vince, down to Big Kirk, and then over to Yashdeep. Participants, I have to say this reminder now just in case. Please turn your streaming interfaces to private chat. That way you don't see any audience commentary, because we do have a very smart audience here. And they
done.
have posted answers before, and I am totally fine with that as long as we can't see them. All right. Vince, you ready to start?
Yep.
All right. Easy trivia. Start off with very easy round here, just to get us warmed up. Vince, this place is known as the City of Brotherly Love. What is this city called?
It'd be Philadelphia.
Very good, Vince. Very good. Big Kirk. At what temperature in Fahrenheit does water freeze at?
32.
Very good. Yashdeep. Who's the founder of Microsoft?
Bill Gates.
All right. See, easy trivia. We all made it out of the first round. Chat, Kevin, I see you in there answering questions. Good job. Good job. Got the Philly question correct. Round 2, easy trivia. Vince, what is the name of the character that Johnny Depp plays in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Check out, Vince. Ding, ding. Big Kirk. Who wrote the classic horror book, It?
Stephen King.
Stephen King is correct. Yashdeep, who is the author of the Harry Potter series?
J.K. Rowling.
Stephen King. J.K. rolling. Thank you.
Oh,
JK trolling.
Yes,
JK trolling. Yeah.
I think this is the first. Is this the first that all 3 contestants have made it out of the second round and into the third? This is amazing. All right, a little pop culture or music. Let's call it music. Vince, who was the winner of American Idol Season 1, the very first American Idol?
I think that was Kelly Clarkson.
Correct. I don't know what's happening. Vince is 3 for 3.
I would have been out on that one.
Me too.
The world is ending.
Big Kirk, which band sings the popular 80s song Every Breath You Take?
The Police.
We are rolling. Yashdeep, make it a perfect start. Which band of brothers, keyword, phrase, band of brothers, came back together in 2019? Famous pop band of brothers. Big Kirk knows.
Band of brothers. Shoot. 2019? I don't know. That's got to be what, Jonas Brothers or something.
Correct.
What?
Correct.
Yeah.
Total guess.
3 rounds, 3 perfect rounds of answers. On to round 4. Luckily, I have enough questions. And I guess Motley's talking shit to Yashdeep, but no, he's still here. Hanson, internet lurkers. Maybe that would have been correct too, but I don't think so. Oh man! All right, Motley's making a move. All right, come on, Wales. You come on and have some fun with us. Next trivia round. All right. Now we do a little geography. These get harder this time. Vince, which U.S. state is known as the Sunflower State? In chat, I want to see your answers because this is rather tough. I just kind of grouped them in a way.
I don't know. Holy shit. I don't know.
Which state, U.S., is known as the Sunflower State?
I think, where do sunflowers grow?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say Kansas.
Did someone chat you that answer?
Nope.
You're correct.
Wow.
Wow. I would have been out on that one.
I hope I have enough questions now because I'm used to like the stuff being over in like 3 rounds.
Wow. I had a 1 in 50 chance.
I don't understand what's happening. Yeah.
Oh.
2 rounds. Chat's going wild. All right.
That's great.
All right, Big Kirk. Which U.S. state is known as America's Dairyland?
America's Dairyland. I've got 2 in my mind. I don't know why I have 2 in my mind. This is a hard one too. I mean, it's a cow states, so
You lucked out last week.
So like you got steers and queers come from Texas. So, that's important to note. So I think there. But like for some reason, I just, Vince got away with this boring ass state, Kansas. So like I just have this feeling that like Nebraska or something is going to be the other place, like for some reason. Because like, I don't know, they got nothing else going on there. This is easy, Wales.
I think I know this one.
America's Dairyland. Wisconsin. Because they make the cheese.
Is that your final answer? I asked you this last week. You were saved by it, but perhaps not this week. We'll see.
I guess I feel like it's a cheese state, but I don't know if it's America's Dairyland.
You can't have cheese without milk.
True. I mean, that's why let's go Wisconsin. That's Wisconsin. Sure.
The correct answer is Wisconsin.
Yes.
Well done, chat. A lot of correct answers in there.
I had to reason through that one. I had to reason through that one.
All right. On to
That was tough. That was tough. I'm from Chicago, but like you'd think I would have gotten that one right like pretty easily.
On to Yashdeep.
Pressure's on.
Yashdeep, what is the name of the largest ocean in the world?
This is supposed to be a trick question.
The largest ocean in the world?
Pacific Ocean.
Very good.
How come we got the easy one?
Hey, man. A couple weeks ago, Unwrecked Pirate didn't know where the Bermuda Triangle was. So I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
Everything disappears when you get there, so can't blame them.
Yeah, it's hard to find it once you do, you're gone.
All right, chat. All right. Vince, Steve Harvey is game show host. What is the main show he is most widely known for hosting? I think he's hosted some random stuff, but like the main one.
I think Family Feud.
That is correct. I am now wondering if I have enough questions. Big Kirk, what was Bruce Banner exposed to that turned him into the Hulk?
Something radioactive, man.
I will accept that. Radiation.
All right, radiation. I knew it was something radioactive.
Yashdeep, the quote, "I see dead people," is a line from which horror film?
Another director. Shoot. M. Night Shyamalan is the director.
He's the twists guy.
Dead people. Ah, god damn it.
Wales is talking shit.
Another easy one. Yeah, that's.
All good.
It's the only good movie he ever made. Damn, dude. Like what?
All right, we have to put a time on it now. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Buzzer sound. I'm sorry, Yashdeep.
Oh man.
The correct answer is not this one. I almost clicked on, but this one. Motley.
Oh, sick.
Sorry, Yashdeep. You were the weakest link. Goodbye. Just kidding. Love you. You'll be back soon. All right. Unbreakable in the chat. All right. No. All right. I see dead people. Samuel L. Jackson. I see dead people, mother. All right. Trivia question for Vince. What are the colors of the Italian flag? 3 colors.
Green, white, and red.
Also accepted, red, white, and green. Correct. Big Kirk. What are the colors of the Iranian flag?
I want to say red, green, and black.
Motley has it correct. It was the same as the Italian flag. That means we have a new easy trivia champion. Vince, congratulations. What do you have to say to your fans?
Steak long.
That was the most Vince acceptance speech ever. Steak long and prosper.
Yeah, steak long and prosper.
That's awesome.
Now we go over to Big Kirk in the losers circle. He now knows how Motley feels from last week, but
I feel good though. You know, I feel better. I gave away my crown to a real champ, and not only that, but like we all did great. That was. Except, I mean, I can't believe Yash didn't get 6 cents, but you know. But we all did great.
Well, apparently Wales knew all the answers because they were all easy. But yeah.
So, you know.
Gosh. Oh, okay.
There you go. Freshie.
Yeah.
Blame it. All right.
More ice.
That was actually a long round. I got like a lot of questions to take off the list here, so I will get to that at some other point.
Let me get an ice break here. I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a break because I'm the host of the show. But anyway. So what else we got on the agenda? And let's bring up I'm going to keep an eye on this for the rest of the show now. And that's the our newfound chart pattern. The 420 chart pattern.
420.
If you look private chat, I sent you the link for Etherscan.
Right.
You can see what I was talking about.
It was,
Man, that would just be so epic if that's what happened. Such a meme.
Yeah.
is that right, Vince? For 2069 liquid hex?
Yep.
Yeah, pull it up.
It's like $3 something worth.
You know what? I have seen this. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, it didn't compute, but now it computes. All right, let's bring this up. Hold up here. What in the world? This is great.
I'm kind of curious that they still have their uni airdrop too.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that either. Hold on.
They have 400 uni just sitting there.
Oh yeah. But the kick token they have 888,888,800.
They said
in a
that
wallet somewhere too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's pieces of shit that keep showing up in like my balance that are worth zero. It's so annoying.
I wish there was a way to hide it.
This is the
All right.
Is that the
Welcome
right
back.
Day it is.
Glad to be back. So, fresh belly.
And then like some of the other tokens they have, it's like 10101010 repeated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like yeah. You know, just weird odd stuff. That's kind of
Is this March 15 whale?
yeah. March 15 one.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's great.
I think those two might just be random airdrops or something. I don't know.
We'll check that out. All right. Well, thank you for.
I wonder why they don't if they don't claim the uni airdrop because it's like there's tax implications or something with it. They don't want to deal with it. You know, I'm not sure why. I mean, why not?
Or if you have
claimed,
1.3 billion hex, you just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's probably true. You just don't give a shit. Somebody's like, "Hey, you got free money," and they're like, "Tell me something I don't know." Good luck. Good story.
Oh man. All right, so I wanted to go back also and check out the Crypto Factor. He had a great interview with Richard, and couple points. I made some notes on in there, and I think I got it queued up here. Let me bring it up for everybody.
I thought that was a pretty good interview. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Aside from the sound difficulties.
Yeah, I actually ended up watching
Paul's
it
good
live on his
on Paul's channel.
Yeah, Paul's channel.
Yeah.
I thought you asked some pretty good questions, and yeah, overall solid.
Margin trading. I think I wish that people could short Hex and get wrecked and be forced to buy at prices they didn't think possible. You know, that I think margin trading is more important than L2. I think fiat on ramp is more important than margin trading or L2. Those are the things I'm focused on, and the rebuttals list before that. I guess we did just push a new update to the website. Like we released a new website last week or something.
I got a question.
So in that, what I wanted to capture there was he brought up 4 points that he's focused on. One is the rebuttals list, which I think is a work in progress, and there's so many rebuttals for him to write and put on the website. 2 is the fiat on ramp. 3 is, and this kind of takes a backseat, I think. He said it's just like a little bit, but layer 2. But he said I think the ETH bear market, can solve that whenever that happens. And then margin trading, which to me is the most interesting one.
Interesting.
Out of all those, you have any favorites? I'll open it up to the panel as to which one intrigues you the most.
Fiat on ramp. That would be game changer, because all the people that I talk to, and I only focus on no coiners, for them to go from Coinbase to open a MetaMask and do this and that and pay this fee and then go, do the Uniswap thing or whatever. It's just so much of a hassle. Whereas when they go to Coinbase, like that's one step, but for them, they can buy it, and in their mind, they own it. Even though they don't control the private keys. But for them, for the no coiners, that's great. Now, if there was a fiat on ramp where it was super easy and seamless, and then you could, send it to your staker so you can, keep an eye on it. Like if something like that were to happen, for me, that would be the best thing possible. I'm sure there's other value to the other things too. Rebuttals list would probably be on the last of my worries, but.
I don't know. The rebuttals list is something that, like, if it can be like not just a list, but like a concise video, like, or a concise, like you want, what form do you want? You want a video, you want a graph, you want this, and like every single topic you want in like a nice database form. That could be super useful. I think that there's definitely some serious value in that, but I agree that it's evergreen content that like will be used a lot, which I like that a lot. But the friction is still the fiat on ramp. I mean, there is a couple. I saw that comment that there's a fiat on ramps on Staker if you have a wallet address, like a smart wallet address, which are, once ideally more people will as the gas fees come down. Also, I don't know. Margin trading just is tasty to me. It's just tasty.
It's very tasty, especially in like a low volatility world.
That's where I'm like, I mean, I get that it's honestly, out of all of those, it's probably the hardest. It's probably the hardest to actually get done properly and safely, because fiat on ramp is going to be like the hardest thing to that is the regulatory bullshit. I mean, the infrastructure is there, like the shit exists to make that happen. It's just like getting you to be allowed to use it. So that's possible and super probable. But the margin trading is something that, like, I hope that we get to it. Like the fact that Richard is focused on it as he is great, because like I think it's something that, I mean, some other people out there are focused on as well, and it would be great if we were one of the first cats out there to to market with something that really is truly decentralized and works.
So I got a question. Like, let's say margin trading launches, and it, let's just assume that it's audited and everything's good. That it works as it's supposed to. So far, we've seen moments throughout Hex's history where the OA has responded. For example, Big Payday. It seems like this is the works of the OA right now. Do we think that in a situation where margin trading, goes active, goes live, that the OA becomes a bit more active, with staking or unstaking or, things like that with maybe short term, stakes a bunch and then good accounting, things like that to push the price, push the share price? What do we think?
That's an interesting idea.
I don't know, man.
I think that's probably one of the best ways to liquidate those shorts, right? And to pump the price is for the OA to have the ability to, just because they own so much.
Honestly, that's why I don't think they can. I don't think the OA can do any of that shit. I don't think they can, because if they do, then who's going to want to play in a margin atmosphere where they know that at any point in time somebody can come along and liquidate the fuck out of them,
Yeah, I think
any
if
point
they
in
make
time.
if they make the moves too obvious, it'll be too easy to blame it, and a new wave of FUD will kind of come over into the.
Yeah, that's a good point. If it's too obvious, that'll cause problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whale addresses can do stuff like that, I'm sure, but I mean, and that exists in any system. I mean, there's somebody out there with, there's some market makers out there with 100,000, or 50 to 100,000 Bitcoin that, like, when you see these huge swings in the market, they're buying or selling or trying to, affect the market as much as they can, so yeah, I mean,
well, so if like Richard Hart recently tweeted out that that he was doing some research and he saw that there was a link between the OA address and these addresses that are doing the good accounting recently. And so it might not actually be all that obvious to most people that are entering into HEX, looking to short it. And so I think there still might be an opportunity for the OA to do stuff with these associated addresses, whether the OA controls those addresses or not. I don't, who knows, but, at least there's an opportunity for a whale, somebody that has a lot of power, or multiple whales to, move the market. And so I don't know, just interesting thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at the list of 4 points that he has here. So yeah, fiat and margin trading. I think maybe I'd rank margin trading up there just because I'd love to see shorts get wrecked. But how really dumb would you have to be to go super short against HEX staking the OA? Maybe somebody's got some money to burn, so sure, I'll put that at the top of my list. Fiat on ramp, I think, for obvious. Go ahead.
That's why I think that if it's done, it's like the earlier the better, and it would be great. And like I said, it's great that Richard just focused as he is. And like I think in some ways it should be at the top of the list, because if we beat others to market, then people will come and play in that system because it's available. But if we're the 10th or 15th or 30th cat to do something, and we're just forking somebody else's decentralized margin trading stuff, then then who's going to come in and short it? Because like the only people playing in it for the most part will be Hexicans, and like we're all pretty long, So in general, I think that like earlier is better for that. And like the fiat on ramp, as awesome as that will be, I mean, the thing is about no coiners, man, is when they're going to buy, whenever they fucking find out about it. Or whenever they can, or whenever it's easy enough for them to. And like, it's who cares, like that's to some degree, like we want to reach out to them, and that's important. But like, and everyone that like but like we'll get to the ones that are the least willing to do the work when we get to them, So I mean, I'm not, there's plenty of people out there that are willing to work very hard for a good deal, So, I mean,
That's true.
I think that like in that regard, I think it's I would say it's after it, I'd say, like I said, I think the margin trading, it'd be great to be first to that. And, and the people that work the hardest get to reap the rewards. And so once the fiat on ramp is there's going to be a lot of fresh cats that can come in. But the people that got there first should get some bigger gains. I really want to know.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask, like, So like Uniswap, you have all different types of trading pairs on there. For something for hex margin that launches, do you imagine that there'll be liquidity for a whole bunch of other trading pairs that are out there, or what does this look like?
That's an interesting question.
Because USDC, I imagine, will probably be there.
USDC.
Those will probably be there.
Wrapped Bitcoin, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's a good thought.
Those would be my first like 3 possible ones that interest me. And being as that, I have a high likelihood that whatever margins trading scenario comes out, it's going to be based on a layer 2. That whatever that layer 2 coin is will also probably be in the mix as well. So Matic or Richard's mentioned that one, which I've played. That was going to be my next question to everybody was has anyone played around with, and what's their favorite so far layer 2 that they've played with? I have, and I guess there's only really one that we know of that has hex on it at the moment, but I've played around with about 3 or 4 different layer 2 solutions of one kind or another, and they're all kind of unique and interesting. But if anybody else has played around with the quick swap or ZK or any of that, let me know.
No, I haven't, but I saw Crypto Coffee's video that he did recently. So I'm getting I'm on my laptop right now, but I'll be getting my desktop set up. Probably not this weekend because I'll be out of town. But what are your thoughts? Like, what do you like out of the ones you've tried? Obviously, only one of them has hex on it right now, but
yeah. So only one that has hex on it, is Matic, which is super easy. Quick swap, which is super easy to use. But again, it's like, then it's funny because you get several layers deep then, because now you're like, will there be a hex Matic pairing? Probably. Will there be a hex quick pairing since it's on quick swap? Maybe. I don't know. So those are interesting thoughts for liquidity. There's other blockchains too that I feel like that are trying to do second layer style stuff, whether it be Polkadot or Solana or what's the other? That are very feel like layer 2. Like on them you have much of the same assets, for instance, that you have in Ethereum. So on Solana you could have like all of the same as Sushi and Ethereum and all these other tokens, whatever you want tokenized onto their platform. Ethereum's on there is just as Ethereum, and it integrates with MetaMask. So like you can, it's pretty seamless kind of transitions, So like I think that there's going to be a plethora of them that are going to be out. These are just the first movers that I think that are like easiest to use right now. But I've heard of that Atomic Dex cross-chain Dex that launched. I haven't seen it or like had a chance to mess around with it, but I just heard that was launching. There's some really cool options that are going to come out for doing a lot of these things. Like if you thought that Ren BTC was going to be the only custody solution that's going to give you some token for your Bitcoin, you're crazy. It's going to be a thing, So. It's going to be cool to see them evolve, but like everyone should be, yes. Quick swap is better than ZK swap. Thank you, Motley. That's pretty basically what I was saying. I've used both of them. I've used Solana too as well. And I think that so far quick swap is the easy. If you're familiar with Uniswap, you're going to be familiar with this because it's just like it's the fourth version of it. So like that's. But I imagine that any margin solution that comes up will end up on a second layer because of the sheer volume of transactions that you're going to be doing.
What Motley's been teasing and everyone else has been waiting on. If everybody thinks it's going to happen, chances are it probably won't.
I know, man. I know that's the thing is like, but when we say everybody, like. You got to remember, okay, a lot of people MetaMask is 1 million users that use that wallet, right? But if they have pretty reasonably high standards for what actually constitutes as for an airdrop, I hope that Maddie gets that dude. I don't know whatever happened with that. I'll have to ask him. The guy the guy who made the 500 wallets for the 1-inch airdrop.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? And then it was a $20 minimum, so he only had $17 exchanges.
Oh man.
So yeah. So like, I mean, I would recommend that people spend, if you're gonna do a swap, spend, do $100 worth, But then, and so like, because of that, if there was some reasonable standards, $100 minimum swap, and you had to use the swap, obviously. And how many of those million users a day actually have used the swap? Like 10%, 5%? I don't think that many. I mean, at the cost that they cost. Like they're making a couple dollars at least per transaction swap, and they're making $250,000 a day. So at those numbers, very like not half of all the people are going to get an airdrop that use MetaMask. Not even maybe a quarter of them. It'll be less than that probably.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it's too late to. I only have a few wallets with seed words, so I probably won't go out of my way to make 20 of them like Motley has, but even the ones that I have, it might be worth it for me to just do, a swap or two. So I qualify. Do you think it's too late, or it has the deadline passed?
I don't know. I don't really know. They haven't said anything about it. They don't tell anybody about nothing. I mean, like with 1-inch, they lied up until the 2 days before, a day before they were asked straight up. They did not tell. Mm-hmm. So like, same thing will probably continue here with this. It's part of it. The element of surprise is why these things are actually worth anything. To begin with, I think, or if they, and I do think that if they are trying to build the hype, they're trying to net some fees as well as, there's going to be a lot of people that use MetaMask every day that aren't going to get any coins. That some little thing is going to pop up and they're going to hit. Man, did you get any free coins? And they'll be like, no, I didn't get any free coins. And then they're going to be like, what are these coin things? And they're going to go and buy the coins. They're just a huge amount of people will do that. And so there might be a potential chance for not a dump after MetaMask comes out because of that. I mean, a lot of people will dump though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd love it to happen. It'd be silly for them to go through the whole bull run and not launch a token.
Right. You know what I mean? Like this is the time to take advantage of such a thing. I mean, freaking Doge is doing what it's doing. So if you're not, promoting yourself in a time like this and Doge is doing what it's doing, you don't even deserve to have a token.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. I mean, they're headed by a bigger organization and you'd think that they would know that this is.
I just looked at the Doge chart. I haven't looked at it ever. Holy damn. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's one
adjusted for long too. Oh my god,
it's ridiculous.
Wow,
it's some silly shit.
All right, well,
it's the Elon effect.
Yeah, and I guess there was like something put out yesterday or the day before that SEC is looking into his tweets about Doge, and I'm like, that can't.
Oh yeah.
Come on, like
they got nothing better to do.
Exactly.
Trying to go after the richest man, make an example out of him.
Go after the richest man who's innovating and making awesome shit, and that's cool.
Sure. But he's also, smoking dope on camera with Joe Rogan. He's also tweeting about shit coins. He's also, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that he's right or wrong or any of that shit. I'm just saying that, like, if I was the SEC and I was like, looked at Dogecoin and was like, fundamentals, price,
none.
And then I was like, then I was like, this asshole's over here being like, to the moon. I'd be like, man, somebody got to go talk to homeboy over there because he's talking some shit. He's getting these idiots to buy this doo-doo over here. It's got a Shiba Inu face on it, and it's not going to end well. What's the supply? Infinity? Okay, great. Fantastic. So.
Hey.
but I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to say that like like he doesn't do awesome shit and isn't amazing, and I do not, I do like love the crypto, like more crypto tweets, please. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you're tweeting about whatever. I'd like it to be about Hex, but like, fine.
He'll get there.
He'll get there exactly.
Or that or the Hex grayscale thing, that'll get him there.
Oh man, that's something that we haven't even touched on, but like there's definitely an interesting idea that like, I mean, I think I'm a big fan of. Now it's kind of funny because it's less than an advantageous maneuvers. As Richard was talking about it on a stream where he's like, I mean, you can either like just sit there like Harry's been for the past 10 years and being like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, man, but it doesn't seem right. Or you can be like, I'm just going to do the thing. It's like that bell curve of like the Bitcoin buyers, that everybody in the middle that's like, has like, whoa, this seems crazy. And everyone else on either end is just like, I just bought it. That's all. So, same thing here. I mean, like if you were in the bull market in 2017 and knew a lawyer buddy and somebody who could put a website together and you weren't fucking making an ICO, then like he wasted a giant opportunity to like cash in on some idiots, So like at some point in time, you got to be like, okay, this does seem silly. I mean, like creating a business that like, what's the business do? Oh, just buy shit, Okay. Why don't you just buy the shit? Well, because they do it better. I don't know. It's silly, but like that's what makes sense right now. And that's what people want. And if people want it, then by all means, give it to them, please.
BMA brings up an interesting little personal note. He has a milestone coming up today. His first ever Hex stake is expiring. All right, BMA, what you going to do with that stake, huh? What you going to do?
Good accounting. Yeah, end stake.
Good accounting and then end stake.
Let us know in the chat, BMA. All right, so yeah, just a couple other orders of business I wanted to touch on here. Silver had a big week. Not the metal, but our very own Hexican. So we had a nice little, I guess, reveal party. Was it on Saturday, I believe?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, here was the moment.
200! We're at 200 now! You did it! You hit 200.
We hit 200 likes.
That's it today.
You said it. Here's your 202. You're going over the top now. So it's time, bro. It is time. Hey, everybody. Look at here. We have Silver the Antidote showing his face and giving it to you. And
see, one of the most important things, I don't have the camera set up, but it's one of those things. If you promise something and you say it, you deliver.
And he delivered. So that was a cool moment. And now we've just been inundated with travel videos and spreading the awareness of Hex. I think that's his opening process. I believe I saw one of his streams, or maybe it was when he was on with us a few weeks back. He said he had like 45 videos or something like that he's going to be rolling out. So
yeah, he's been working hard. It's awesome. And the stuff is good content, man. That hot pepper search, that shit was great. The hot seasonings was, that was cool. I'm excited to see all this stuff.
Yeah. And shortly after, he provided us with a very important update. Once he was revealed, I guess he just felt the need to share this as one of his first videos, which, again, very important update for the Hexican community. So, thank you, Silver, for sharing this very important update with the Hexican community. He just did it for the clicks. When was that, Vince?
I know it was on a Monday.
Where are you from? Which country? You like the party, huh? You like to shake that thing, shake that thing. Go on, back it up. Back it up.
There we go. Had to get a change of music.
I like the little
obligatory
pluggies.
plastering of the logo.
Brought to you by.
It was Monday. Correct. Duh.
Easy trivia.
Easy trivia. All right, that was for all the male Hexicans out there, because the Discourse Syndicate is getting stolen tonight. So, girls are taking over that. So we had to have a little fun here. But welcome, Silas. Good to see you hanging around, man.
You some good stuff, man.
It was eyeballs and clicks. That's what you were watching for silver.
Hey man, whatever gets adoption, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Sapper, good point.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm with everyone else. I thought Silver was like this 55-year-old dude, and then he turns out to be this good-looking
dude.
Yeah,
I knew he wasn't Indian. I could tell his accent wasn't Indian.
Yeah,
but like I definitely thought he was like in his 50s or something like that, and turns out to be a good-looking dude. Young.
Yeah.
Still can't get over it.
Yeah. Have been had. No, it's awesome, man, and it's good stuff that he's doing. It's inspiring for sure. I'm stoked to see more.
Yeah, and I joke with that last video clip there, but later on in his reveal video, he did bring up a very important, I guess, subject or view, and I did want to play this clip here because this is our last topic of the day. If I can get it on here.
One of the things that some people may have thought of, they're going to think this way. They're going to think this guy is
315
not connected to the OA. They're going to think it's not connected to Fluff. So there's multiple places where money has moved, it's gone out, gone to exchanges, potentially come back in and done. So obviously all of that is unprovable, and it's just one guy talking out loud. So one factor that we may not understand fully is if this account is perceived to be a threat to the ecosystem, which is why the liquidity was removed. What if that is a double bluff? And that account is actually part of the underhand OA address, which has a short and a long because it's part of the game theory to flush out anybody else, knowing full well that panic is going to make everybody drive out of the market earlier. And that OA, with any liquidity that they've already removed, with the lower stakes that they've got inside of the limit orders, just basically gobble it all up. And then it's literally like, poof, off we go.
Yeah.
Poof, off we go. Every Hexican fantasy mid-March. Because that's every Hexican's fantasy, I don't think it'll happen. But at the same time, I'm more...
my fantasy was already to come to a penny, so
absolutely.
Sorry.
Well, some people out there are calling for dollars. I'm just looking for like 12 cents by the end of the year. But, back to that point, I think, what was I going to say?
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
I apologize.
I think that it's very possible that even though those two accounts aren't necessarily linked, like, say, yesterday's 900 million was, I think there is definitely a connection there, and I can't see, some account of 1.3 billion just coming in and wrecking everything. I just personally can't see it, and especially if that account has a huge stake in November and staked out way down the line anyway. What say you, Kirk?
I mean, I have to agree. I don't think that I don't think, like, also, here's the other thing. All right. Let's say, for just the sake of silly argument, that all those coins got dumped, you know? And
March 15th?
yeah, every one of them, you know? So we got 1.5 billion coins in the market, right? I mean, first of all, what would actually happen is the price would go down a fuck ton, you know?
Well, especially with the low liquidity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, second of all, the whale address that paid like 10,000 Ethereum plus to get those coins would get like 300 Ethereum. Max. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna like, it gets harder and harder. They'd murder the price, but they'd get like 350 Ethereum, something like that for it. So, like, even with the 20x in price that's happened so far, or you know, even with the what that Ethereum's done over the past so often, you know, so long, like that's still a murder. That's some pain, you know, for what? To like give up your to like get 300 Ethereum. This bitch doesn't need 300 fucking Ethereum. You don't need that shit. Why the fuck would he need that 300 Ethereum? He's got so much other Ethereum. It's not even it's stupid. But what he doesn't have and will never be able to get again is a position in this ecosystem as large as he has now. He has that now, but he will not have that if he wrecks the price. And man, there's a fervor of Hexicans that like would buy the shit out of that and would buy, and like, could you imagine being able to pay, you know, the like January 20th prices again? You would buy that because you know that like that bitch doesn't have the chance to do that shit again for another 10 years. Wait, he has one more stake up in the end of the year? He does have one more, doesn't he?
I think so.
November.
Okay, so that's painful. I mean, that would be a double fuck. I mean, could you like? I mean, think about the negative on the system is you see the price get murdered, but like, I mean, but it wouldn't. It could, but somebody else in there, any like the origin address or the flush address that has a lot of Ethereum itself, could easily spend another 300 Ethereum and buy all of that. I mean, I would like, you know, it works the market. That automated market maker works the exact same way either way, you know. So it would go right back to where it was. You get 300 more Ethereum or put in on the other side of it. And do you think that like there's 300 Hexicans that are each going to have an Ethereum sitting on the sidelines to probably buy that shit up? Probably, I would bet so. So the dip and with that low, we would, you know, everyone would see blood in the water and we've been trained by now, hopefully, to eat when the blood is thick in the water, and that's part of it, you know. So like, I don't think that like they would be out. They'd be out of that system, and they just have the rest of their garbage shit coins to like enjoy it and go fuck around. It's like they're never gonna get them back again. Yeah. So
you're getting drowned out a little by your hot rod.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's me. My bad.
All right, sorry.
But yeah, so you're never gonna get like that position again. So I don't think that they're gonna. That's why they're here. I think they're here for the position, not the 300 Ethereum that they're gonna get.
No, I totally agree. And I pulled up on GraphHex that address, so you can obviously see the stake here, March 15th. He's got one November 6th. Got a random one in October of 2025, and then getting bigger again in 2028, and then huge way out here in 2030. So 10 years, long time. I don't know why you would pull shenanigans way over here, especially if you had something in here. But
yeah, I don't think so at all. I really don't think so. And like I said, even if you walk down the path of like this dude murdering the price, I really don't think it wouldn't stay that low for that long. I mean, 300 Ethereum later, and it's back to where it would be. And not only that, but like it's just they would lose so much in that maneuver. So silly. So yeah, do not believe that'll happen. So either way, either side of it, really. I mean, like, even if that was the side of it that was to happen, fine. If you really believe the price is going to dump that hard, then go get yourself, 5 or 10.
Go rid yourself of a testicle like David Morales, and
go sell a ball, and then get yourself get yourself like 10 Ethereum, and then sit on the sidelines. And be 3% of that climb right back up. I mean,
and while I realize David is joking, I mean there is some truth to that so many Hexicans would not sell a nut, but they would, come in droves if that dip happens. I mean, they come in now when we have just a dip of like 10% or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So are you saying literally or figuratively?
Figuratively, right? let's all hope. But
there's dudes that have this shit tattooed on their bodies. They're not kidding around, and like you don't think they're gonna spend they're like what they can to get a better deal when the deals come. I mean, they would definitely do that. I mean, there's just I know I will. So if it happens, kick ass, amazing. Get ready, keep your finger on the button. If you really think it's going to happen, by all means, be ready.
Just set your limit orders. If you set your limit orders on 1 inch or matcha or whatever, and you don't have to think about it. If it never hits, that doesn't cost you anything, right? So if you set it low enough, you go into like 0.2 of a penny or whatever, because that's the last low that we hit in November after Big Payday or before whatever. Set it there. So, and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, then you're good.
It's good. It's good. I'm not sure what the going rate is. It depends on what your offspring have been, what they have to offer. So, I don't know. I feel like that's probably a good price.
It's fair.
Very important questions going on in chat.
Yeah.
I guess if you're doing one, that's a uni swap, right?
Testy swap.
You have to wrap them first.
Testy swap.
Good thing I didn't take a drink. Ooh. All right. Yeah, and the last graphic I wanted to bring up. Excuse me, I can't even talk because I'm like trying to hold in.
Up and to the right testicle.
Speaking of up and to the right.
Oh.
So this random line.
Yeah.
And I think I don't read like replies to his tweets necessarily, but I guess he's been taking a lot of shit for this chart, and people don't understand how to zoom out and not be like, oh, it's not following the line exactly. Like this chart is a scam too, I guess. Like what? No. It's wildly bullish, and lots of dreams would come true if it even comes anywhere remotely close to this random line. But
I can't comprehend.
I can't either. Not in the slightest. So Richard is yelling at us. Oh, maybe.
I think maybe. You think so? I think that that's a funny thought. I mean, sure it can. I mean, like, I believe. Like, here's the thing: is like, first of all, I don't believe in the line because Richard straight up said like this is a random line, but I believe in the power of the line. I believe.
I think it incites FOMO, right?
Hex is in the cult. I believe in the power of the line.
I believe in the power of the line. I believe in the shelling point that we're trying to look at. I believe that when that there is strength in you saying, reasonably 12 cents, and Johnny Chaos saying, yo, I'm not gonna sell under a dime. Like, I believe that there's like strength in all of that, that makes us everyone around, everyone more strong-handed in their thoughts and higher sighted. You know, we shoot higher. Which again, I mean, just a year ago, 10 cents would have seemed pretty goofy, you know. So
yeah. And Brand actually really like this point that Brand brings up here. So he says people don't realize how scarce Hex is because they see the supply, but then they forget to realize shares and how much the OA owns and has. And that goes back to our initial discussion, I think, near the start of the show. It's like, I don't think people realize that, but even Hexicans don't have I guess a full grasp on the math of supply right now. So what if at some point, you know, the actual supply is understood? I'm not talking outside Hex, I'm talking inside Hex, and you know, we look at it one day and be like, holy shit, there's basically no Hex left. That's how that chart can happen. It's I think it comes down to strictly supply, De Beers, and it's not going to, there's a reason why this is out there, and it's not because of billions and billions and billions is going to come in Hex and just randomly drive up the price. There's going to be a scarcity factor that's going to be huge, and I'm just curious to see how that aspect unfolds.
The other part is the mental factor. Is that like we are all whales in training here? You know, that's like the job that we have is to like help strengthen each other's, you know, hands in the race, and also like and in doing that. And in doing that, and like being a whale in training, you have to learn how to, like, the right cats will hold, and will learn the value of holding, and learn that like the less that we sell, the easier that these insane prices are easily attainable. And not only that, but like and when that happens, you barely have to, or you know, sell at all, really. I mean, like if Hex was at multi-dollar figures, you know, I mean, how little would you ever have to sell, period? You'd constantly want to restake, because like, you know, that you'd have these insane positions in a system that is like unparalleled, you know. So like, I mean, the stronger would get, like, as opposed to other systems where very often, because they're not interest based, you know, the once when it hits a higher price, you know, people sell, and then weaker hands come in to buy up the assets later on in time. You know, we could have a system where stronger hands hold for longer periods of time, creating, you know, even more stronger. And if everyone is getting insane interest from it and not staking it out, then it's like, then we all are part origin address too. You know, every one of us that restakes our coins and make sure to not sell our principal are just as much as, you know, just as worthwhile as the origin or addresses that aren't staking at all and are just sitting there with liquid Hex to help the system. You know, I mean, like, it couldn't be, you know, you couldn't be doing a better service to the entire system. So like, I mean, in that regard, you know, yeah, it's totally possible. It's a lot about mental awareness of everybody else in the system as well, to have those diamond hands and not sell. And like, and if you can and are like that, and the sooner that you learn that, the faster that we can get, you know, make that line a reality. That's, you know, whereas the more we sell, yeah, we are the OA. I like that. Yeah,
that would be a good campaign, like a viral campaign. We are the OA.
Yeah, the staker class is the OA. We are like every time you restake your principal, man, you're doing the job of the origin address for them too, man. And like it makes the system stronger, you know. So like, you know, because why would you, if we know that we could make this price go to $10 a piece, then like, why the fuck would you ever need to sell any principal ever?
Exactly. That's a great point, actually.
Yeah. And I think back when we had somebody fighting a little bit more before August, we all know who it is, but we don't need to talk about it. Richard was basically he's been teaching us how to be rich. He's been teaching us how to be whales the entire time, if you're just willing to listen. If you're just willing, because he's outside of Hex, outside of crypto, he's already been a whale in the real world, right? He's already been the 1% of the 1%. Like he's been there, he's done it, and he's just trying to teach us how to do it if we're just willing to listen. So one is just stop being so for the newbies that are in here, just stop being so short-sighted and stop trying to fight it, and just try to open your mind to new ideas. Because even for us, like, we're OG Hexicans, we've been day one FOMOers, and we've been through all the FUD, we've done everything, and we fought it all off. But still, it doesn't really. We're looking at this line and we're like, yeah, this really doesn't comprehend to us, because we're still learning, right? And we're accepting the fact that we don't know everything, but as things move along, we're going to keep updating our worldview and everything else like that. So, this is just my thing. Like, just be open to listening, be open to something new that's never happened before, because for damn sure, anything similar to HEX has never happened before. And every 200 years or so, fiat kind of has turns over in terms of whatever the dominant currency is in the world. And so we've kind of hit that 200-year mark. And so I'm not saying that the dollar is going to collapse or anything like that, but I'm just saying that there's something new coming about, and now's your chance to kind of open your eyes to what's happening.
Yep, dude. I had a friend of mine hit me up the other day, and you could tell, those when people have had like that aha moment, and this cat had that aha moment. Like, he couldn't wait to get back on a Zoom call with me and tell me like all the shit that we already know, man. Like, holy shit, this is meant for long-term appreciation. Like, this isn't some get rich quick thing. And that's how all of life should be. And then, and watching him spiral down the path of like this like light bulb going off in his head was just, I'm like, he's like, I know you've probably heard this all before. I'm like, no, more. Like, keep it, man. You're like, it's great. Like, you can feel it. Like that's what it's all about. Like that's once you figure that out, then it's easy to apply that long-term mindset to everything you do in life.
Yeah, that's crazy, because I think my friends sometimes think, and the people that I've talked to, that they just think that I don't want to hear all the questions that they have, that I just don't have time for it. But that's the total opposite. Like, dude, just ask me the same things that I've already talked about 100 times. I'm totally about it. And I think probably similar to your friend, I had a coworker. He, he's an older gentleman, like 50, 55-ish. I can't remember. But he was very just he's liberal and conservative. I don't like to label people like that, but he just kind of had a very old school mindset for how like traditional finance is done, and just kind of following the rule book, so to speak. And more recently, I've started opening. He's kind of opened his ideas up to HEX, and he's bought in. And then he just sent me a photo the other day, like, hey, I bought a sweatshirt for my wife, and it had a HEX logo on it. And I'm like, dude, this guy went like total 180 from where he was, and it's crazy to see the progression and the questions he's asking. It's super exciting for me and for him, but he doesn't really. I don't think other people realize how excited I get when they come to me about questions that I've answered 100 times over and over, because it's just fun, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love it, man. That's great shit to hear. And the easy questions like that, when people are getting them, because like you know the answer to those so much, because they're important for you to get to where you are, and because like when you're going off my flow chart, it's so easy, because like I know where the end of that flow chart gets us to. Like, you're gonna love where we're going, So keep asking the questions, because I know that's the next question. Kick ass, perfect. I got the answer for that.
And the thing is, like, they don't really, obviously they want to know when I got into it and everything, but I focus on their ROI, because that's the most important thing, right? Because what is the benefit to them? And they see the price at 1 penny, roughly, and they're like, oh, this could go to $1. Like, that's their first instinct. And and then you tell them about the interest it's going to earn. So not just the price appreciation, but on top of that, if you stake it out for 5 years, and he's 55, he's like, all right, if I throw it out for 10 years, like, he just kind of spitballed that to me without me really kind of like prying it out of him. He was like, oh, if I throw it out for 10 years and, I got 2 girls and they're going to college and blah, like, he's already mapping all these things out. And it's just amazing to see how his time horizon, even, he's later in his career, he's still like looking forward into the future. So I just thought that was amazing.
That is great. That's awesome.
Check out Cardano. I mean, it's like $1.25. What was it, like pennies? Like even COVID.
Yeah.
So
a couple cents.
Less than a year. I mean, that's how fast this space moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is everybody ready to put a bow on this happy hour?
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Man, I could use another drink in another hour.
Yeah.
But I think we got we probably have effing hangout coming up.
Yeah, we got Hexo, I guess, on, or we'll still be on by the time we're done. And then ladies take over Discourse Syndicate at 8.
Yep.
And Discourse Syndicate at 10, right? So we got, just Hex TV all night long.
Yes, sir.
That was a good tweet. I forget who said it, like last Saturday or something like that. He was like, I love Friday nights because it's like happy hour, then Discourse Syndicate, or then Hexo, then Discourse Syndicate. So Friday night is like definitely a cool time if you get off work and just kind of ease into the weekend. And we try to start you off right.
Yeah. Relax. Yeah. Cool
All right.
beverages, 420 charts, you know.
I'm going to leave those lines on my chart thanks to Yashdeep now. So that's
Hopefully it plays
support.
out that way. Yeah.
It is.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, but it's grounding along that bottom line. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It could dip. Like I said, I think, people, there's a psychology outside of like the crypto market where just people kind of get tired of crypto and they want things to drop and then they kind of want the excitement to come back. And so we're going to see these cycles, and that doesn't mean we're out of the bull market. Well, I think we're still in it for quite a while, but these things are going to happen. So,
hey, let's help a fellow Hexarican out here. I'm on a Mac, but you guys have any tech recommendations? Just all about get a good mic, get a good cam.
That's the more important stuff.
Audio box. Yeah.
Yep. Get a good mic, get a good camera.
If you're gonna do video editing, get a good CPU. If you're gonna build a custom desktop.
If you're building a custom desktop, then yeah, you can get an i7 or something like that. That's pretty decent. For video,
I like AMD just because it's a little cheaper and you get a little bit higher clock speed. And
those Ryzens are pretty nice too. And
that's what I just got. Yeah.
Yeah, this generation AMD is better. Yeah.
But yeah, Motley is totally right in the sense that just go with the first things first. You wanted to have a decent, clean, quality mic, and then second thing that I like have is like I decent headphones or something. Like I have AirPod Pros, but whatever is most comfortable for you to hear and because the audio makes the biggest difference to people like paying attention.
Breaking news from Crypto Cretan. Just saw gas prices just dipped. If anyone needed to end stake, well, we don't like to end stakes. No, I'm just kidding. If you need to, you need to, or buy Hex. We like that, or stake Hex. But,
Richard commented on one of my tweets the other day when I was like gas prices are cheap because like the Hex Vision site was all off, and he was like, "LOL, nope." And so I had tried it like right when I saw gas transactions were cheap. I put like an 80 Gwei transaction through and just see if it went through, and it failed. So no, it was not. I couldn't even catch a deal. Even on it wasn't a trade or anything. It was just a send.
Blue Bomb, anybody tried the new Max yet? I have not, but I will tell you, I'm holding out for the 16-inch laptop, perhaps with the M1. I think the 13 inches have them.
That's what I have. So I right now have. I'm on a 16-inch Mac Pro. That's like an early model, so it has the i9 in it, and it's. I also have an iPad Pro. That's right over here too, and the iPad Pro has the new Mac chip in it, and the i9. The new Mac chip on my iPad is just as fast as this MacBook Pro is. So like I would say the new Mac chips are fire. Like I would recommend.
So it's worth holding out for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm banking on.
Yes, sir. Definitely get the new Mac chip in this. If I could have that in this 16-inch that I have right now, it would be flying. But like I said, I was blown away because like the 60. This is great computer. It was awesome, top of the line, whatever. But like the top of the line iPad from 6 months later, just because it has that Apple chip in it, is just as fast. It's almost faster sometimes. So yeah, I would definitely say get that new one. Get the new chip.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging around. We're not going to leave you. without a Hexican Jokeoff.
Nice.
Vince, are you about ready?
Yep, I am.
All right. Well, for those new to the show, Yashdeep, this is your first time on. Being a guest judge, not much to judge, really. Just if we laugh or not. And best of 7. Vince and I go back and forth, tell each other really awful dad jokes. Kind of like if your dad walked into a room and busted out a one-liner and expected everybody to laugh and everybody knows it's horrible. That's what we do here.
So, what if I laugh and I incite you guys laughing? Is that fair game?
Actually, I'm going to encourage that now.
Fine.
Okay, because I can't help myself.
It's absolutely fine. Hey, Kirk, get back here and turn your mic on because I want to hear you laugh too. We're going to try something different. We're going to have the judge's audio on. We'll wait for Kirk.
Because the first time you guys had this, I was just bawling out. Oh my god! You guys, if you could have gotten it on stream, that would have been amazing. It was so fun.
Oh yeah, I will for sure have the cackles going. No problem.
All right, Vince, we've tied the past couple rounds, so Vince has champion's advantage. You've, I think, gone first and second the past couple of weeks. What is your choice as champion this week, Vince?
I'll go second.
Go second. All right. Here we go with our Hexican Jokeoff to end this happy hour. Viewership is climbing. I see you all. You just come in for the jokes and none of our crypto content. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
How timely.
I'm kidding. But actually, viewership is going up a little bit. Anyway.
That's crazy.
Here we go. Hexican Jokeoff.
Yes.
Hey, Vince.
Hey, Cabana.
Sorry.
When does a joke become a dad joke?
I know this one, but I'll just say I don't know.
When the punchline becomes apparent.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Good one. Hey, Cabana.
Yeah, Vince.
What do you call a sleeping bull?
I don't know what.
A bulldozer.
That's one for Vince.
Oh yeah. Point.
Oh, it's so simple and funny. Okay. A good thing I didn't take a drink on that one. All right. Hey, Vince.
Hey, Cabana.
What's the first thing the taxi driver said to the wolf?
I don't know.
Where, wolf?
I get it.
Tough nut to crack. I need to get up. I need to go against Yashdeep, man.
I would just lose.
Oh man. Hey, Cabana.
Yeah, Vince.
What's a UFC fighter's favorite drink?
Oh man, I don't know.
Fruit punch.
All right, that's good. Quite like, yeah,
like sucker punch.
Yeah, right, that's good. Thank you for the explanation, Ashley.
All right, that was a goodie. That was a goodie.
Hey, Vince.
Hey, Cabana.
Why do all hot dogs look alike?
I don't know. Why do they?
They're all inbred.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, chat, just proof that I can make people laugh with my dad jokes. All right, that's all I'm saying.
I've already got a headache.
Yep. Just because I don't laugh doesn't mean they're not funny. Hey, Cabana.
Yeah, Vince.
Why aren't koalas considered bears?
Why aren't koalas considered bears? I don't know.
Because they don't have the right qualifications.
Wordplay. Wordplay. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Hey, Vince.
Hey, Cabana.
What do strippers call a woman they work with?
I don't know.
A co-twerker.
I see.
Can I get a prize for audience laughter?
Yeah,
I'm sure you can.
Making the
You get a
judges laugh.
participation. Yeah.
Hey, Cabana.
I'm winning. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm winning. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, Vince.
What's the difference between a Bitcoin miner and a plumber?
I don't know.
It's easier for the plumber to find blocks.
It's crypto. Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Creative. I like it.
Kirk's digging that one. Okay. Yeah, it's good. I really like that one. I'm still a fan of Bulldozer, man. That's just awesome. That is so just like total dad joke. Yeah. All right. Hey, Vince.
Hey, Cabana.
Why did the scientist install a knocker on his door?
I don't know.
He wanted to be a Nobel Prize winner.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is good.
Tough crowd.
I had an old joke where the punchline was Nobel Prize too.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
for making me feel better.
Hey, Cabana.
Yeah, Vince.
Where does an Eskimo keep his Bitcoin?
Man, a lot of crypto jokes. I don't know where.
In cold storage.
Also could have been such a cold wallet as well.
Wallet,
Yeah.
storage.
That also works.
Had I not given one up early, I probably would have done it on that one, but I held it.
Mm.
All right. That was good. That's my second favorite. Okay. Hey, Vince.
Hey, Cabana.
Did you hear about the population of Ireland?
No, I did not.
It's Dublin.
That makes sense.
Smiling up. Okay.
Mm.
Come on. All right.
Hey, Cabana.
Yeah, Vince.
Why did the Bitcoin miner burn out his GPU?
It's probably one for Kirk. I don't know what. Why?
He was mining before it was cool.
I know Kirk appreciates that one. That's good. That's good. Oh. All right, Blue Bum. I'm just gonna say, go back and watch the videotape. I got more laughs from the judges, at least. So, come on, give me that. Maybe I don't know. All right.
I still like the inbred one.
Thank you. I was like, he's got to laugh on that one. Okay.
Oh, that was hilarious. Gonna see.
You almost got me on that one.
Last round. Hey, Vince.
Hey, Cabana.
What's the difference between a G spot and a golf ball?
Oh, I don't know.
A guy will actually search for the golf ball. You got it. You can't put your hand up there. You are so laughing. Oh, judges.
I mean, that's as close to a laugh as you're gonna get out of Vince tonight. That's
that's as close as you get. I mean, if you didn't laugh at the inbred one,
I would call that a point. That's a good point there, Cabana.
Tied it up.
Tied up.
Yeah, but it's the bottom of the ninth, and Vince is up at the plate.
Save the best for last.
Oh no! All right.
Hey, Cabana.
Molly says it wasn't a laugh.
Yeah, Vince. Motley lost his right when he's not on the show. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Vince.
Why is it Bitcoin halvening like being married?
I don't know.
Because it only comes once every 4 years, and it takes half your money.
Oh my god, that's it. Let's just
I'm out
stop
of
it
that one. That was excellent.
Oh
That
my god.
Oh, congrats, Vince. That
Oh.
was spectacular. Oh my gosh. And there you have it, our Hexican Jokeoff with the best finale that we've had.
Very nice work, Vince.
Oh,
That was
man.
better than a dad joke. That was like a joke. That's a real. That was,
Well, you know, we mix those in every now and then.
Yeah.
That was good. That was solid.
Oh,
And I saw it coming, but it's still hilarious.
you saw it coming, right? Yeah,
See what you did there.
well, let me catch my breath here, and I can close the show. Okay. Just see a Tone Vase tweet. All right. Somebody's tweeting my Tone Vase chart to Richard. Megaphone pattern. But anyway. Oh, it's lights out. Never mind. I wonder if Tone sees that because Tone's added on it, and he's like, "Who made that of my face?" I should bring
We
that
troll
up.
him so much, he must have seen it by now, at least once.
yeah.
Oh man, hold on. Let me just... Oh, so it was in response to Richard saying still taking people's money to teach them how to lose more. And Lights Out was like, of course
yeah.
I'll bring it up for audience before we go here. Vince has got me like, oh, goodness. It's good, man. It's good shit.
Yeah. That was great.
Here we go.
Yeah, Molly says Vince won both belts tonight. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He's a double champ. Tone Vase is still taking people's way to teach them how to lose more. Of course, Richard. After all, this man has his own chart pattern. Lights Out. Thank you.
Nice work.
Thank you for using my
It's a
chart.
joke worthy of happy hour.
Yeah. I just took a peek at the 420 chart where, since we rolled over on the day, we're testing that resistance line once again. But if we bounce this weekend, look out. 420.69. Yashdeep broke the news on the Cabana Crypto happy hour.
There you
Or,
have
excuse
it.
me, Hex happy hour show. All right,
There you
gents.
have
We'll wrap it up and put a bow on this. I need to get back to regular breathing. Crypto Vince, where can people find you, brother?
I am at
Double
CryptoVince
champion.
369. Yeah,
Crypto Vince 369
on Twitter. Yeah,
on the Twitters.
yes.
Big Kirk.
You can find me at Big Kurkowski on Twitter and Telegram as well. Big Kurkowski. You can also find me. I got something new coming up soon in my live stream future. I'm working on, and then also Bingo Earth will be starting kind of peppered in there once a month in between my other streams that I'll start doing. So you can find me at bingo.earth, Big Kurkowski. Come play some bingo, win some hex.
Yashdeep, what's up, man? Where can the Hexican community and people who aspire to learn about Hex find you?
Yashdeep369 on Twitter and Telegram. And then on YouTube, it's Yashdeep Singh, SINGH.
And there you have it. All right, Hex fam, thank you for hopping by yet another fun-filled happy hour. I cheers you all. Have a great weekend. Vince, with your Perrier or whatever you have there. Sprite. Okay. And no, seriously, congrats on the 2 belts.
Thank you.
Vince 2 belts is his nickname. I need to see that in the as your ID
next happy hour.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
I remember.
Hey, thanks for
hanging
hanging out.
out.
This is awesome. I'd love to
Thank
be
you.
back on sometime. So this is great.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
let's do it. Stop denying me.
All right, after this, no more. I got
Just
you.
be like, hey, bro, I'd love to come on. No, seriously, thank you for finally working it out, man. I
Yep,
appreciate it.
Awesome.
So, yep. Thank you. Again, we got the ladies taking over Discord Syndicate at, I believe, 8 Eastern. So that is in 48 minutes. Discourse on 2 hours after that. Big pep on tomorrow. I mean, we got so many planned streams. It's awesome. So, everybody, thanks and have a great rest of the weekend.
Cheers.